Hey guys, welcome to this video. I'm Sabrina. I'm going to be doing this makeup look here inspired by one of Katie Jane Hughes' makeup looks. She's an amazing artist over on Instagram. Definitely check her out if you haven't. I feel like she's such a trendsetter in this whole makeup industry. She has such amazing techniques that are very unique as well. Just keep on watching if you want to see how I got this look and just play around with some makeup and get creative with me. So let's get right into this video. I did my brows off camera, a soap brow with my brow pen through it. I did a little bit of like my basic skincare because I just can't not do that or else my skin feels so tight. So because Katie always has really glowy skin, and that's like a real big moment in this look, I do want to prep my skin with a face oil. So I'm just taking the Kora Organics Noni oil and I'm just gonna press that in my skin. You can see already it's giving a beautiful glow. I'm gonna take an eye cream too because I just want my under eyes to be really hydrated. I'm just gonna be taking a very lightweight gel eye cream. This is Avène Refreshing Eye Contour Care. Just take a little bit of that. It's really nice and light under makeup, and then also just press it on my cheekbones. I'm using the Dior Lip Glow in #1, just like the subtle pink that kind of changes your lip color. It's one of my favorite lip balms. I don't have a lot of color in my lips, so I just like to add a little bit more of a rosy color. So the two big products I always see Katie Jane Hughes use is two of these concealers, which I have and which I love. Nars Soft Matte Concealer and then Glossier Stretch Concealer. This one's gonna be matte, full coverage. This one's gonna be sheer to medium coverage, very dewy. She loves using like smaller kind of brushes to blend them out, which I'm a big fan of. So I'm just gonna go in with the Soft Matte. And of course I'm going to start off here because I just really want to get rid of that. And then I'm always taking the product and kind of warming it up on my hand to kind of shear it out and kind of disperse it and mix it in the brush. Buff it in, just dilute the redness in my face. I wonder if it's showing on camera how light this concealer looks on me, but we'll make it work. I do need to pick up a darker concealer. I don't know if this is passing. It's just taking away the beautiful glow I have. I wanted to use this because of the video, but not the greatest shade for me now. We're gonna mix it in with a little bit of the Glossier Stretch Concealer as well. I have it in the shade G10, so it's much more warmth in it than the Soft Matte. And we're just gonna blend it in and make it work. So I'm gonna go in actually with a little bit of the Merit foundation. Everything I use is gonna be linked down below, and just kind of spot conceal with a brush because this is a better shade. I think I should have used this instead of the Nars. Yeah, so much better. Oh my goodness. I feel like I'll always do that to myself. I'm just like, yeah, I'm sure I can get away with using it. And then it's like, oh, no. I mean, she has gorgeous skin, so she does not need to do this part, but my skin's not there yet, so one day. I feel like I need to like powder right away. I look so shiny, but she just like rocks the dew and it's really part of her look, so that's something I really want to embrace. I want to do very little powder. I'm gonna go in with the Chanel cream bronzer. I want to just give my skin a little bit more color but keep with the nice like cream texture. And with a brush, of course, we're just gonna swish it in, warm it up in the brush, and then color in. And I did not pat out my concealer here, but this bronzer is just gonna do it for me. Everything I'm using, I'm just kind of patting into my hand before. I'm gonna bring it a little bit higher here and a duo fiber brush. I'm just gonna go in and take a little bit along my nose. So I am taking my own take on this look. I don't really see Katie Jane Hughes contour or anything on her nose. I just like to do it just to give a little bit more warmth to my nose. And then going in with the brush I use my foundation or my concealer with, I'm just gonna blend that out. So I'm just taking whatever is left on that brush from doing my nose and just putting it under my lips. Okay, so I'm gonna pat out the leftover concealer on my face. So I couldn't find a blush in my collection that I really want to use, and Katie Jane Hughes often does lipstick on her cheeks, so that's what I'm gonna do today. This is the Sephora Lipstories in Brunch Day. In the picture, I don't notice a lot of color on her cheeks. It's quite neutral, but with like maybe a subtle like pink. I'm just going in with the same brush that I did my bronzer. I'm just taking different techniques that I've learned from watching Katie Jane Hughes, and I've seen her pull her blush down. I know everyone right now is like, do it up here, but I did my bronzer there, so we're just gonna do it there. And then my little technique that I recommend is do it a little on your forehead as well. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a powder bronzer. This is the Illia NightLite bronzer, just a little bit to just kind of set everything in place on the edges and then just give a little bit more warmth to my skin. So I'm just gonna kind of press that on top. Because this look is very rosy pink toned, I kind of want to leave the natural pigment on my eyes and kind of go with the look with that, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna go in with this Avene Eye Cream eyeshadow in champagne. So you just want any nice champagne with a pink undertone, not a gold undertone for this look. Her eye shape, it's a little bit more deep set in here, But I'm gonna still kind of copy the look even though my eye shape's different, and then bring the shimmer kind of blown out over here. I think that's so pretty. It's just gonna really open up the eyes. Ooh, I love that. One thing I really like about these AVèNE eye pencils, they're not like overly creamy. You can feel the little bit of more of a powderness to it when you apply it. But because of that, I find they grab on to your eye better and they last really long throughout the day. Just slowly keep on building it and working it into my skin. And then going into my inner corner a bit. Just take a little bit on my, right here in the center of my eye. Just open up the eye a bit. Carry some shimmer on the bottom. Okay, then I have this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Rust, and I'm just gonna take it along here almost as if I was doing a liner effect. And then just simply blending with the finger. And you can totally use like a lip liner here, a matte eyeshadow, it doesn't matter what it is, just getting some kind of cream base, whether it's eyeliner, shadow, lip liner, try it out and just put it on. And then you can see, hopefully it's picking up in camera right here, that's like my natural pigment, a lot of that coming through. You can kind of see my veins coming through. It adds to this look. I know it's weird, but it does. And then I'm just kind of pulling it up with my finger right here. I'm just gonna go back into the brush. I use my concealer and then just kind of perfect the edges of it. And then I'm gonna drag it a little bit on the lower lash, connecting it from the outer corner on the top. What better palette to use than my Jaclyn Hill Volume 2? The main pop of color in this look is of course her inner corner. She's got the really pretty bright pink, I'd say, then she's got the warm kind of rosy pink here, and then a little bit deeper there. So I'm actually gonna be using more of a flat fluffy brush. Because I already have shimmer on my eyes, I just want a light dusting of it. I find it actually looks more ethereal when you do it than rather than like packing it on. I'm gonna go in with Bougie and Ride or Diamonds and kind of mix those shades together and then just place them on the lids and then bring them up here. I'm going to go with Bougie, which is the darker of the two that I mixed, and take it more on the center of my lid. Kind of connect it. Okay, with more of a long, fluffy, tapered brush, I'm going to go into the shade Next and just lightly tap into that. Just starting a little bit above the crease right there in the eye, getting more of a pop of color into the look. I'm just going in very little at a time and then slowly building it. And then whatever's left on my brush, just kind of bringing it into the shimmer like so. And this has a little bit more of a reddy tone in the pink. So it's in the crease but a little bit above. Depending on your eye shape, you can take it higher or lower. If your eyelids show a lot when your eyes are open, I would bring it more into your crease. And then I'm gonna take a V kind of shape and kind of go over top of the rust tone that I did before. And this is a matte shadow, but I have a lot of shimmer going on here anyways. Okay, going in with the very small, it almost looks like the size of a pencil brush, but it's a little bit more fluffy. I'm gonna go in with Oh Hello. It's a little bit more purple in the pink. I'm just taking this on the areas where I put the eyeliner before. And we're kind of mimicking a soft liner. And you can see that beautiful dew that I'm getting. I wouldn't have gotten that if I primed my lids, and I wouldn't have gotten it if I didn't use cream products. Alright, so I'm taking the wings now. You can see it's going a little bit further, so I just have a little bit of negative space. So now going in with quite a dense pencil brush because I want to pack a little bit more pigment now. I'm going to go into the shade Crazy in this palette, which is a deep kind of purpley red burgundy. And I'm just going to stamp that really close to my lash line. It's not thin, but it's just way closer. So it's gonna kind of thicken my lash line. And then just soften the edges again, once again, with a little bit more of a fluffy, tapered brush. So lower lash line, I'm gonna take the same pink. So I'm gonna take Next and just take it from the top here and then connect it downwards. And it's okay to blow it out a little bit because this one's kind of over my eye a bit, so I don't mind blowing this out. I wouldn't say in this look she has it blown out as much under the eyes, but I want to take it out and just blow it. That's just where my brush is taking me. Going in with a duo fiber, I just find it's a good way to kind of diffuse things. Okay, so then I'm going to go in with a little bit more of a tighter brush, and I'm going to go into Bougie and Ride or Die Diamonds, mix them again, the first colors I use, and tap a bit, and then just put some over where I had that cream before. So any soft champagne pinky shadow you have. The last part of this look is the bright pink in the inner corner. It's really pretty here, but I think the bright pink is just gonna take it to another level. I'm gonna mix Lolly Mama and Tipsy Girl, and we're just gonna press in the inner corner. This is a flat edged brush here. You wanna make sure you tap off quite a bit because you don't want it to fall out under your eyes. And then what I'm going to do, I kind of stamped it there, and now I'm just going to, whatever is left on my brush, kind of just diffuse it down a bit, just so it's not too harsh, because everything's very blown out in this look. So I want this one to be a focus, but I don't want it to be looking like it's just a line, like a marker on my face. The last thing I'm going to do, go back in the fluffy brush, go into those bright pinks, really diffuse it on my hand, and then just take a hint of it right here. Just looks to me like she has a little bit more of a pop of pink there. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my face highlight. I have the RMS Luminizing Powder, which is really pretty champagne. I'm going to go into the fluffy brush, the same brush that I took when I was doing my shimmer on my eye, and I'm just going to press a little bit in the center here, just to bring a little bit of light. And just notice she has a little bit more of that vanilla-y shade almost in the center here. I go in with the same kind of setting brush from Real Techniques that I applied everything else, but using the flat edge with a little bit of the Kosas powder, and just press that under my eyes, just to make sure everything stays like longer. And I find a little bit of powder just kind of flattens out the area a little bit. I don't even own like a black pencil eyeliner, so I'm just gonna take Teddy from MAC, which is a nice brown, and put it in my tight line. She definitely has very black lashes in this look. Basically any like dark liner that you have, it could even be something more of a burgundy tone, just to thicken up the lashes. I'm not doing it on my bottom lash line though. I'm just going for a nude Makeup Forever pencil. A little bit in my waterline, just to brighten up the look a little bit. So I'm just gonna go ahead, curl my lashes, get a nice good curl. For a good mascara, I like to go in with my Essence I Love Extreme in a waterproof formula. This gives me nice black fluffy lashes. I'm trying to get really deep into my lash line to make up for no black eyeliner. And then I think this look definitely needs some bottom lashes to balance out whenever you're doing quite a blown out bottom lash line. I think bottom lashes are definitely gonna make it look more finished and complete. I'm so curious to know what Katie Jane Hughes is using on her face to highlight. I know she's gonna come up with some product and it's gonna be so spectacular. So one thing that Katie Jane Hughes does a lot is she'll put like a highlight concoction on her hand and then really work it into the brush and then put it on. So I'm gonna try that today. I'm gonna take the Glossier Play Highlighting Concentrate, which I haven't used this one in a while and I loved it. And then I'm gonna take a little bit, I probably should have done this first, of the Merit Balm. It's pretty much like a translucent balm. This is like the most dewy product that I have that will give that wet look. So I'm just really melting it into my hand. Really work it into there and just melt it in. Look how pretty my hand looks. Hopefully my face will look like that. Not as wet as her cheeks are, but I think it'll kind of give that effect. When she does her highlight, I know she does it very much on the cheek, which I am a big fan of. So the light hits it a little bit more from the front. In this look, she has a very light glossy lip. Not much color at all, just like a subtle pink, I would say. So I'm gonna go in with the MAC Subculture lip pencil, which is just like my natural lip color. It's just such a nice light nude with a little pinkiness in it. So just kind of overlining my Cupid's bow there. And then yeah, she's a little bit overlined here, so. I feel like I look like Katie Jane Hughes. I know I don't, but this look is just totally her vibe. It's crazy. The Nudestick's Gel Color Lip and Cheek Balm. It's a really like soft, cool pink. Not exactly, but I think this will get the idea going. It's called a gel color, so it has a nice like balmy finish. Just gonna shear it out with my fingers. Blend it so it looks more natural, not so defined. So this is the MAC Powerglass Pumping Lip Gloss. This is in the shade G That's Swell. It's like a soft pink, so I think it's a similar color. There's shimmer in it, which I couldn't really see a shimmer in hers, but I think this will be the right kind of gloss that I need for this look. I'm just kind of focusing it in the center of my lip. Alright, so this is the finished look. I am so obsessed with this look. I think it's so pretty. It's very different like techniques and like a look than I typically would do. Oftentimes I don't grab inspiration from other people's makeup. Most of the time it's from things around me, my color mood, nature, or like Pinterest and stuff. But I think it was really fun to kind of recreate and get inspired by Katie Jane Hughes' look. If you haven't, check out Katie Jane Hughes. She's an amazing makeup artist. You'll be so inspired by her. If you did enjoy this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so you can stay tuned for more of my videos. I'll see you guys in next week's video. Have a great one. Bye! I still get butterflies every time we speak.